What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Paul's Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're continuing with our series of who the best grass-type Pokemon is in Generation 1 Pokemon Blue. We've done 3 Pokemon already, Venusaur, Victreebel, and Vileplume. All of them are pretty good Pokemon, recommend you check those out. Today we're going to play through with Tangela, the Vine Pokemon. Not a great Pokemon to be honest. HP is 65, Attack is 55, Defense is 115, Special is 100, and Speed is 60. Not good stats. We'll see if the level up move pool is good at all. Constrict and Bind are kind of garbage moves, so not great there. Absorb at level 29. We do not get Vine Whip with this Pokemon in Pokemon Blue. It's only available in Yellow. Poison Power at level 32. Stun Spore level 36. Sleep Powder we get at 39. Slam at 45. And Growth at 49. Not great moves, and it doesn't really synergize very well. Our best stat is Special, when we have no special moves except for Absorb and Mega Drain. As you're seeing here, Mega Drain we will use in this playthrough. It goes off our best attacking stat. We get access to Swords Dance, which is a badge boosting move for physical attack, which is pretty good. Even though we have a low physical attack stat, this is going to drastically improve that, and it makes it so other moves are effective. Body Slam's more effective, Double Edge, Hyper Beam, those are more effective. We're going to use Mimic in the Elite Four, and that'll make the move we Mimic more effective. We will not use Double Team, we will not use Bide, Skull Bash, not going to use Rest, Substitute Cut, not going to use, and then like Takedown, Toxic, and Rage are not moves we're going to use. So not a lot of things going for this Pokemon. Let's dive into the actual playthrough. As per tradition, we're going to face our first battle in this game, which is against our rival. Our rival's name is Lycansub. Lycansub has a Charmander. Charmander's Fire type or Grass type, so it makes sense. Later in the game, he will get a Fire type, but the first 2 battles against our rival are nothing because it has only Scratch and Growl. We named our Pokemon Shuby. It's actually from a 90s cartoon. Let me know in the comment section down below if you know what that cartoon is. And this battle is pretty much a pretty foregone conclusion. Bind does have a huge advantage in the early game where if you hit first, it'll hit until it stops binding. And if you go first, the opposition may never hit you. So we took 2 whole damage points in that battle, and that leads us right into the Bug Forest. The Bug Forest, we're already like almost 5 minutes into this playthrough, and we're already at level 8 because we had to grind and get up to level 8. We're going to use Bind against these Weedle in here. Weedle actually has a huge advantage over us. That Poison Sting is a very powerful move against our Pokemon, and we're going to use Bind on the Caterpie. Caterpie doesn't have anything that's going to hurt us, so we just outspeed, and eventually it's going to use String Shot, so it may not outspeed too long. However, we do knock out the Caterpie and move right on. Now this next Bug Catcher is going to get us because we're going to get poisoned. And getting poisoned is not great, especially whenever the opposition has a move like Poison Sting. And also when we have a move like Bind, where every turn it takes forever to knock the Pokemon out, we're going to take more poison damage. We will get the Weedle knocked out. I don't think we're going to have enough power points, or power, I should say, or damage dealt to deal with the Kakuna. It would be great because it gives us great for level up purposes. However, we're going to black out here. Not a big deal. Blacking out's not the worst thing ever. It's actually a good training strategy for some Pokemon. And we're going to take on our second rival. Our second rival has a Pidgey. The scary part of this battle is Pidgey can go for Sand Attack. The good news is though, once we hit Bind, we can continue hitting, and once Bind's done, as long as we can go first, which we do outspeed the Pidgey, we can keep binding and maybe never hit Sand Attack. So nope, don't hit Sand Attack. So I'm very confident in this battle. Bind, gonna knock him out. He does not have a Ember or anything like that in this battle. He just has Scratch and Growl. So the worst thing he can do to us is hit a Growl and lower our attack stat. But we beat our second rival. I'm gonna move right back into the Bug Forest and reface this trainer here. We are another level higher. We just got to get a little bit better luck on the Bind and make sure it doesn't miss. He got us poisoned on the first attack last time we faced him. So we do get the knockout on the Weedle. Kakuna, like I said, it's a foregone conclusion. Now we're keeping track of Bind, and we only have 5 Binds left. So I saw that. I'm like, you know what? We need to save Bind for the Weedles, because if we use Constrict, it gives the opposition the chance to hit us back. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and knock that out. And now we're going to go for Bind. And Bind on the Weedle and make it so he can't hit us. It does do a lot of damage. The damage that we have right now is a 10 minus our full health, so it does 10 damage every time from a low level bug. That's a lot of damage early in the game. Go for Bide on the final Weedle. It's a level 9 Weedle, and we run out of Bind, so we're good. But Constrict does finish off the job, so we take no more damage. And that leads us right into the Rock Gym, the Face Million Light Year Trainer. We are actually using Struggle in this battle. We depleted all of our power points because we had to level up anyway. And we thought, maybe we can win this battle. We do get the knockout over Diglett. Diglett is a high experience threshold. That's why I thought it'd be a good idea to do this. So at the very least, if we don't win, we at least knock out one Pokemon with a lot more experience than, grinding on a bunch of Metapods or Weedles or whatever. We come back fully healed, and we're going to take this battle on one more time. Bind is going to knock out the Diglett. Diglett does outspeed, but, like I said, we have multiple turns without getting hit. The only scary part in this battle is Sandshrew can actually hit Sand Attack, but it doesn't actually get a chance to hit us really at all. So we get the win over Sandshrew, and we leave and, heal up, and we come back at level 18, and we're going to take on Brock. Brock is the rock gym leader. We'll go into forever. Leads out with a Geodude. Now, we got to kind of have a mixture of things here. So Constrict will actually do a couple damage until he does a lot of defense curls, and then it's going to do very little damage, maybe 1 or 2 damage at a time. Now, Bind is the better move to use here. However, we only have 20 power points, and being the fact that rock Pokemon are resisted to normal moves like Bind and Constrict, we don't want to use too much of this because we really want to use this move on Onix. But we do knock out the Geodude. We get the knockout. We have a lot of health left. We have 54 hit points left. We took very little damage from the Geodude. But now we want to use Bind on the Onix. Now what we don't want to happen is Onix use Bind. Or actually, Bind actually isn't the worst thing. Because if you do a multi-turn move, it only takes the first hit on the multi-turn move, not the second, the third, the fourth, or whatever. So Bind isn't the worst thing. What we don't want is him to use Screech and then Tackle. Screech lowers our defense by 2 stages. And if he does that 3 times, we can be very weak and very vulnerable. So look at this. We have 54 hit points left. We got him down to just about a quarter health. And now he starts really racking up some damage because he's hitting Screech. He's going for Bide, which is just going to deal back damage. That doesn't do too much. However, he starts going for Tackle. Look how much damage Tackle did. That's a lot more damage. However, we are higher level and we are outpacing him. And we do get the knockout. Very good win over Brock. We get the win. It's not the greatest win. We are high level, and that results us in being very high level going into Mount Moon. Mount Moon, we're level 21, and we're facing the super duper nerd. He's going to come out with a Grimer. Grimer's not a problem here because it does not have a poison move. It is a poison Pokemon, does not have a poison move. Voltorb's going to go down to a combination of Bind and Constrict. Get the knockout over Voltorb, very good. Now, Coughing is scary. If Coughing consistently goes for Smog, it could really wreak some damage on us because we are weak to that move. Now, this will be where it would be a great idea to save Bind so that we have a much better move to deal with Coughing. However, we do outpace it. We do knock it out. We do beat the Super Duper Nerd, grab the Dome Fossil, all hail the Dome Fossil, and head to Cerulean City to take on Misty for her gym badge. Misty is a water gym leader. This should be super easy, barely an inconvenience. However, it does get a little bit more convoluted because we don't have a grass move. We added Bide for a reason. Bide will take damage over multiple turns and deal back double. Now, Misty's AI is kind of dumb here. I'm going to pause it for a second. Misty's AI is going to look at us and say, this is a grass type Pokemon. So my water moves, even though they're a lot more powerful and they probably would do more damage, our water moves are going to do nothing. So I'm going to just spam out Tackle and maybe use X Defend. That's all she's going to do. In that regard, what's going to happen is we're just going to knock her out. And then Starmie comes out. We're going to go for Bide. Bide is going to accumulate damage over multiple turns. That one was a very low Bide. Usually it's 3 turns, not 2. But we'll take a 3-turn Bide. And we almost get the knockout with that one. We should have just gone for Bind after this and not risk her getting like a critical hit or something knocking us out. But we do get the win over Misty. And we're going to move right on to our next battle, which is rival number 3 on the Nugget Bridge. We do not have a good variety of moves here. So we got to be very careful with this battle. We can lose this battle pretty easy. All we need is for Pidgeotto to get a couple sand attacks off, for us to keep missing Bind like that. It's a 75% accurate move when we just miss 2 in a row. The odds of that are very low. However, Bind, once it's hit, the opposition can attack back, so that's good. We're going to move on to Constrict on the Abra. Constrict will be, looks like it'll be about a 3 or 4 hit. Very good. Knock it out. Rattata comes out. We'll go for Bind on the Rattata. Can't hit us as long as we can hit it. Very good. And last Pokemon, Charmander does have a fire move in this battle, so you got to be worrisome and, be weary about it. However, we hit Bind consistently, knock out the Charmander. Very good. I'm going to move right on to the SSN. Now, this is where we get a massive upgrade for this Pokemon. So far, we only have normal moves, Bind, Constrict, and Bide. None of them are very powerful. The most powerful of those moves is Bind at 15 power. It's ridiculous. But now, once we beat this Nidoran male, we're going to go ahead and grab the TM for Body Slam, TM08. We're going to add it to our Pokemon's moveset. Very good. And now we're going to take on our 4th rival battle on the SSN. And he's going to lead out with a Pidgeotto. This drastically changes this Pokemon. Even though it does go off for a weaker attack stat, it is a much improvement over that. We get a Body Slam, however, it does get a Sand Attack off, so this battle could go south if things don't go right. We just missed the Kadabra right there. Confusion doesn't do a lot. Knock out the Kadabra. And will we knock out the Charmander in one go? Let's see. Nope. We do get hit by a couple Embers. A decent amount of damage being done. However, we do outpace. We do knock out our rival's Pokemon. And we're going to move right on to Lieutenant Surge. We have an advantage here. We are resistant to his electric moves. So all we got to do is save. And we go right in and just spam Body Slam. And we should get the pretty easy win over Lieutenant Surge. He's going to come out with a Voltorb. Go for Body Slam on the Voltorb. We are level 28. So like I said, we're very high leveled, very over leveled right now. I don't know if I mentioned this or not. We're on a medium fast growth rate. We're pacing pretty well, and we critical hit 11.72% of the time. That corresponds with our speed. We do add a move right here, Absorb. Not a great move. It's kind of late in the game for this move to be super effective, but it is a stab move, and it will be useful against the next battle we're going to showcase here, which is against Boomer the Hiker in Rock Tunnel. Boomer the Hiker, it has three Pokemon that are rock ground, and Absorb is 120 effective power against that Pokemon because it's weak to its stab for us, and it's weak for him. So we knock him out. Very good. We're going to beat him, move right on to Celadon City, and we're going to take on Erica. Now, Erica is a risk in this battle, just like it was in the last one. We do not have a great move for Erica. Body Slam would do well, but it's just going to spam Poison Powder. We actually walked into this battle poisoned because we didn't want to get poisoned in the middle of battle or put to sleep, so we ran that risk, and it's a strategy. It's a good strategy to use because it can't put us to sleep. At least with poison, we can actually attack every turn, whereas if we could put to sleep, we can't do that. However, I think it would just spam Poison Powder anyway because I think it sees us as poison Pokemon, so we're weak to it. Body Slam looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot on the Vileplume, but we get knocked out. So we take our first reset on the Grass-type trainer. So we're going to try this battle one more time. We're not going to sit here forever and try this. It's going to eat up too much time on our clock. We're going to try it one more time. And hopefully this time we have a little bit of better luck when it comes to Body Slam. Victory Bell comes out. Body Slam looks like it's going to be a 2-shot because we critical hit. That's big. However, Wrap is making it so we can't attack back. That sucks. But we have way more health going into the Tangela than we did earlier. And now I'm trying to use Poison Powder strat, which is stupid. We are poisoned. We're on the clock. Just go for Body Slam, and one more Body Slam. We have a good amount of health going into the Vileplume. If we can just get a critical hit on the Vileplume, that'd be amazing. And if it keeps going for Mega Drain, that's fine too. The other move, what's it called? Petal Dance, is much more powerful, so that's why it knocked us out last time. But we do get the win over Erica and move right into our battle against Giovanni. We've added Mega Drain on our moveset. We're going to go for Mega Drain or Absorb. Either one will probably knock out the Onix. And then we have Rhyhorn knock out the Rhyhorn. Very good. Kangaskhan's next. I doubt we're going to use Mega Drain on the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan's pretty bulky, so we'll go for Body Slam, get the knockout, get the win over Giovanni. He goes, I'm Batman, and then vanishes, and we go right into Pokemon Tower to face our 5th rival battle. Now, this rival battle is usually pretty simple for the most part. We are over-leveled as heck, so we're 12 levels higher than this Pidgeotto, so we should 2-shot, and it only goes for quick attacks, so that's good. We're going to go for Body Slam on the Execute. It could put us to sleep. That's the only downside to that Pokemon. Body Slam on the Gyarados. Dragon Rage does 40 damage no matter what, so that can be scary if we don't knock it out quick. Knock out the Kadabra. And we're going to 2-shot the Charmeleon. Now, I usually don't show anything beyond this. I usually just jump right into like Koga or showcase like, us getting the next TM or something. However, I do want to show how bad the battles are for this Pokemon in Pokemon Tower. I'm going to at least show one. Ghastly comes out. We have nothing good for Ghastly. Mega Drain does about a third. We get paralyzed, and then this battle just goes off the rails pretty quick. We do get close in this battle. We do win the next one, but we get close in this battle, so you're going to see another reset. It is what it is, and we're going to take a reset with this Pokemon. Confuse Raid's garbage. All the moves for this Pokemon are just garbage. This is what Scott Thoughts calls like mini Agatha or something like the Agatha Jr. So yeah, she has a lot of things that can mess you up. We do eventually get out of there and take that reset, but then we jump into Silph, grab Swords Dance, add it to our moveset. And now we're going to go ahead and face Koga. Koga is the Poison Gym Leader. We're going to go ahead and put him to sleep. We're going to use Swords Dance 1, Swords Dance 2, and Swords Dance 3. And this should set us up to use Body Slam and sweep this entire team. Mega Drain would be very dumb to use right now. First off, we didn't badge boost any of our special stats because we haven't beat Blaine's Gym yet. Second, it's just not effective against Poison-type Pokemon. Body Slam knocks out the Weezing. Get a pretty easy and very convincing win over Koga. And that leads us right into our battle against Blaine. Now, doing these two back-to-back does two things. One, you get your speed up for a slow Pokemon like this. Two, you get your special up. We already have great special, but whenever we do the badge boost with Swords Dance, those stats will go up as well by 12.5%. So we want to get those done, especially if we want to run in and take on our rival in Silph. So we've set up and we're knocking out the Growlithe. That's the first Growlithe down. Ponyta goes down to 1 hit. Rapidash, does it go down to 1? It does. Arcane, does it go down to 1 hit? It does not. However, just heals. We get a pretty convincing, pretty easy win over Blaine. And now we're going to head on to Silph to take on our rival. This battle here really only has one of two outcomes. One is a clean sweep. The other outcome is a lot of screw-ups, like Sleep Powder missing a bunch. We get Insane Attack, things like that. But what happens right now, we use Sleep Powder on the Pidgeot. We use Swords Dance once, Swords Dance number 2. It does wake up. We put it right back to sleep. And this is where the RNG goes in our favor because it is only a 75% accurate move. And then we're going to sweep. The one thing we don't want to have here is we could have a random miss from Body Slam because it is Gen 1. We also could crit, and it skips over all of our stat modifications, and it gives the opposition a chance to hit us. But we clean sweep our rival in Silph and move right on to Giovanni number 2, Avani, and he's going to lead out with the Nidorino. Nidorino is not really a scary Pokemon. It's got nothing really that we got to deal with. However, better safe than sorry. We're going to put it to sleep, and we're going to go for the setup. We get one Swords Dance. It wakes right up. We continue to Swords Dance because Poison Sting, even with a critical hit, only did like 20 damage. And we're going to use, at some point, Mega Drain and get all of our health back. We are going to skip over Slam. Slam is not a move I want to use. Body Slam is way better. Slam isn't the worst move ever, however, it has garbage accuracy, and I just rather wouldn't deal with it. And it doesn't paralyze like Body Slam does. We do beat Giovanni, does his best Batman impression, and we're going to skip right to Sabrina and her whip. And she's going to lead out with a Kadabra. Kadabra's going to come out, and we're going to put it to sleep because we outspeed. And so here we go, put it to sleep, and we're going to go full setup. And this is kind of the thing with these Pokemon. If you've seen all the Grass type battles up till this point, a lot of the Grass type Pokemon have pretty much the same strategy once you get to a certain point in the game. All of them have Sword Dance, and most of them get access to Body Slam. The only one that doesn't is the one we're doing next week. Next Executor does not get access to Sword Dance. That's going to be interesting to watch. But that leads us right into Giovanni number 3. Giovanni, and he's going to lead out with a Rhyhorn. We probably didn't need to put it to sleep. We've probably just gone straight for setup, but we're going to do it just to be safe. You never know. And I don't think it's going to be able to hit a Horn Drill on us, but Stomp could do some decent damage. We're going to knock out the Rhyhorn in one hit. We're going to knock out the Dugtrio in one hit. And guess what? We're going to knock out the Nidoqueen in one hit with Body Slam. Nidoking one hit Body Slam. And in the last Pokemon Rhydon, we're at full health. We stay at full health. We knock out the Rhydon. We beat Giovanni number 3. We will not run Growth. Growth actually wouldn't be the worst move to have with this Pokemon because we do have a pretty decent special, so it would just make that better. But I think that having all these physical moves, Swords Dance is a better option. So now we're leading into our penultimate rival battle before the Elite Four. We're going to put Pidgeot to sleep. See right there, we didn't hit the sleep powder, so it hit us a little bit. So it could have been bad, but in this battle, it does not have access to Sand Attack, so we don't have to worry about losing accuracy. We one-shot the Rhyhorn, very good. We replenish all of our health. Go for Body Slam on the Execute, very good. Gyarados comes out, we're going to go for Body Slam on the Gyarados, very good. We're not getting any critical hits, which is exactly what we want. Body Slam on the Alakazam. And Charizard comes out, we're going to go for Sleep Powder, which we shouldn't have done. We should have just gone right for Body Slam and knocked it out. We probably would have one-shot. That was dumb on my part, so we take a little bit of a reset here. We should have just gone for Body Slam. I don't know why I tried to put it to sleep. Body Slam was the move. We were fully set up. It wouldn't have mattered. We probably would have one-shot. But heck, we take a reset there because I made a bad decision. So Shuby's got 3 resets at this point. We're going to try this battle one more time. Same strategy. Go for Sleep Powder. We're going to go for setup. Swords Dance number 1, Swords Dance number 2, and Swords Dance number 3. It can wake up all at once right now at this point. Don't care. Body Slam on the Pidgeot. Rhyhorn gets Mega Drained. Very good. Execute comes out. Body Slam on the Execute. Very good. Body Slam on the Gyarados. See right there, critical hit. We didn't knock it out because of critical hit. It skipped over all of our stat buffs and just did the normal Body Slam damage plus a little bit of the crit part. And then Body Slam on the Charizard. I told you, if we just done Body Slam to get-go, we'd have won the last battle. So we could have saved the reset and probably saved about 30 seconds. It is what it is. I was going to go to the stats there, but I'm not going to. They're on the screen. Let's just dive right into the Elite Four. Actually, I will pause for just a second. So we have Body Slam, Sleep Powder, Mega Drain, and Swords Dance. We will change out 1 or 2 of these moves in the Elite Four with Mimic so that we can use 3 meter on Agatha. And we'll probably switch back in Hyper Beam because I think we're going to get rid of Body Slam whenever we do the Dream Eater strategy. And then stats are as follows. HP is 196 in the bottom left corner. Attack is 133. Defense is 214. Speed is 139 and Special is 194. That is with the badge boost modifications. So let's go ahead and go into this battle. We're going to put Dugong to sleep. It likes to go for a rest anyway, so we're just going to beat it to the punch. Get fully set up, and we should be able to sleep right now. Body Slam on the Dugong. Cloyster comes out. We can go for Mega Drain on the Cloyster. Very good. Body Slam on the Slowbro, or Mega Drain is good too. We probably should have gone for Body Slam. That should have been the play there, but we made the wrong play. It is what it is. Body Slam on the Jinx, and we should go for Body Slam on the Lapras as well. No critical hits. We get a clean sweep. We take 1 damage point in that entire battle, and that was from Slowbro using Water Gun on us. And now we're going to lead out against Bruno. Bruno's going to come out with an Onix. We're going to go ahead and use Sleep Powder. We're going to set up 1, set up 2, set up 3. We probably didn't need to put him to sleep, but we're going to get a clean sweep here. Mega Drain's a one-shot. We did crit. So maybe that could be bad with other battles, but Body Slam, or not other Pokemon, I should say. Body Slam on the Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Body Slam, we did the wrong thing on Onix. Now, this isn't Generation 2 where that could really hurt us because it set up like Sandstorm or some crap like that. But we do get the knockout on the Onix. and then Body Slam on the Machamp. We beat Bruno, we're going to move right on to Agatha. We're going to heal up, we're going to change up our moves a little bit. We actually got rid of Mega Drain, not Body Slam. So what we're going to do, go for Sleep Powder on the Gengar. We're going to mimic a move. We want to mimic first and not set up first, because what can happen here is, it's happened to me before, Agatha has a propensity to switch out to Golbat. We don't want to really mimic a move from Golbat. It wouldn't be the worst thing, because I did this in a previous playthrough, and I think I did it with like either, was it Victory Bell or was it Vileplume or Venusaur? One of them I switched out and Golbat came out and I just took a reset, but I could have used Wing Attack. Wing Attack would have been pretty decent setup with Sword Dance. It's still a physical move, but we're clean sweeping her entire team. We just got to put this last Gengar to sleep so we can use Dream Eater. Dream Eater is a one-shot, very good. We sweep Agatha, we take no damage. Actually, we might have taken some damage, but we healed up because Dream Eater does replenish our health. And that leads us right into the fourth member of the Elite Four, the Dragon Master, Lance. Lance will lead out with the Gyarados. We have a good setup here, a setup possibility here, because we are Grass type, and it usually just goes for Hydro Pump, and we're also very bulky, so Hyper Beam doesn't do squat to us. We get fully set up, and we should just go for Sweep right now. We're going to mimic Hyper Beam or Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump? Yeah, okay. Here's why we're mimicking Hydro Pump. You'll see why here in a second. Body Slam on the Gyarados, Body Slam on the first Dragonair, Body Slam on the second Dragonair, and now we're going to use Hydro Pump on the Aerodactyl. It is Rock type, it's very weak to it, very good, get the knockout, and now Body Slam on the Dragonite. Clean sweep, barely take any damage at all. We're going to heal up and face our final battle of the game, which is against our rival, the champion. We're at level 65 with 3 resets, an hour and 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's go and get set up, Sleep Powder on the Pidgeot. I don't know if you know this or not, but every time you face this battle, it turns on the battle animations. I don't like the battle animations, they take up so much time, but it turns them on every time. Body Slam on the Pidgeot, we get a one-shot, and we're going to go ahead and mimic Psychic. I don't know why. We probably didn't need to do this, to be honest. We could have just gone for Body Slam and probably Body Slam the rest of these teams just to be safe. We're going to use Psychic on the ride on, though. It still doesn't one-shot, so we probably should have just stuck with Body Slam. To get the two-shot with Psychic, it does heal, but we do knock it out. Body Slam on the Executor, very good. Gyarados comes out, Body Slam on the Gyarados. And then Charizard comes out. We just don't want a critical hit right here. We got a critical hit, and look what happened. This could have been bad. We are getting, Fire Spin right now, and if it doesn't stop this Fire Spin, we could get knocked out. One more hit from Fire Spin, we would have lost. This is why critical hits are so crucial to not get whenever you get fully set up with like Swords Dance or Growth or whatever the case may be. Our final time in the Elite Four is we get time locked in at 1 hour, 17 minutes, and 11 seconds. That is not a very good time. Just want to throw that out there. It's not the greatest time in the world. What we're going to do right now is we're going to look at our tier list and see where this Pokemon stacks up. 1 hour and 17 minutes. Where does that put this Pokemon? It puts this Pokemon right smack dab in the over 70 minute tier. Right in front of Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan is still in last place. It's not by itself anymore. There is a Pokemon that's over 70 minutes. I actually feel like there's going to be another Pokemon in this tier list with him after next week's playthrough as well. Execute's not going to be great. Do I think I can get Tangela under an hour and 10 minutes? That's going to be tough. It was hard to get the Pokemon here. I mean, I know a lot of the stuff, and there were some errors here and there, but I don't think it's 7 minutes worth of errors with this Pokemon. I just don't think there's a lot of ways to optimize this Pokemon. The early game is a slog, and you gotta take your time to get through it. Maybe Brock can beat at like level 15, and I can save some time not having to grind. So maybe that's something I'll experiment with. But I don't think Tangela can be that much more optimized. There's not a lot of move variety. There's not a lot of options with this Pokemon. It's kind of a good thing because you get centered into like one strategy and you can stick with it. However, if that strategy isn't that great to begin with, it's kind of not. Or if you got to go a whole part of the game without it, let's like Execute is going to have the in-game moveset. It's going to have one of the best in-game movesets of all the Pokemon we played through as. However, you got to get to that point, and getting to that point with Hypnosis and Barrage the entire game is going to be tough. That's why I think Execute's going to end up in the over 70-minute tier as well next week. We have 2 videos coming out next week. I've already talked about the Execute playthrough. That's our final Grass-type Pokemon. And then we got another video where we're going to play through with Tangela, but we're going to play through with his Generation 2 moveset. So what does that mean for this Pokemon? It means a good bit. First off, it pretty much starts the game with Confusion. And I know what you're thinking, what? That's not part of its moveset. It's an egg move. The way I'm looking at it is like, can we logically get a Tangela with Confusion and just trade it back to Gen 1? Yes. Yes, we can. And we also have Sleep Powder to start the game. I think we have Constrict, not Bide. That's a little bit of a downside. However, I do think we're going to be able to play this very well. Also, we get Absorb. I think we get Absorb level 10. So that's the other advantage. And that's why I wanted to play through this, because with Confusion and Absorb, This Pokemon's got a lot of things going for it in the early game, which is what is the biggest problem with this Pokemon is the early game is slow and methodical and a slog. It's not bad because, you kind of have your strategy, you know what you got to work towards. But with a Generation 2 moveset, I think this Pokemon can really, really be a lot better. I don't think it's going to be like the best Pokemon ever, but I think it can get up to at least a C or B tier. I think easily we could save 10 minutes. I think we can save 17 minutes. I think easily we can save 17 minutes with this Pokemon with that starting move pool. And in the better level up moveset. We get Vine Whip also pretty early. We get Mega Drain via level up as well, long before we ever face Erica's Gym. So there's just so many things that's going to happen whenever Tangela uses its Generation 2 moveset with an Egg move. But that's coming out next week, and then, like I said, next Friday is Execute. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you made it this far, let me know who's your favorite grass type in Generation 1 and why. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and see you.